Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of probability, specifically how we can find simple events and their complement, and we will do it in 5 minutes or less. So we have a pretty standard probability scenario here. Juan has a full jar of marbles. In the jar we have, and we've got the numbers there, 18 red, 12 blue, 10 white, 20 green. So what is the probability that he will draw a red marble? So this is a pretty simple event, and we're actually going to label it as our simple event, meaning that we're just looking at one outcome. So we're just going to make a simple basic fraction. So we need the number of red over the total number of marbles, and so that is going to be 18 red over, let's see, I got to add these up. That's the only trick or difficult part of this, and that's not even really that difficult. So that's going to be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 60. So we've got 18 sixtieths. Both of those can be divided by 6. You're never going to get a fraction like that. Most likely that is not going to need to be reduced. So we are going to get 3/10. So this is your answer to your simple event. Now, what is the complement? Now we need to differentiate these two words because there are two different types of complement. So in our probability, a complement is something, in this case we're looking at this probability, that completes or satisfies something else. And so the complement is going to be, what is the probability that he will not draw a red marble? That would be our complement. And we're going to differentiate that from a complement with an I. You say it exactly the same, but you see the difference here is this E versus this I, and that's a nice remark. You look pretty, you look handsome. So let's keep those two separate here. A complement with an E to a probability event is the chances of it not happening. So what are the chances that he's not going to pull a red marble? Well, what we're going to do then is the complement is going to be, let's just go ahead and kind of break this apart here. It's going to be our not red, right? Because the complement is the probability that it's not going to happen over the total. We know our total is going to be 60. Our not red is going to be 12, 10, 20. So that's going to be 42. So I've got 42 sixtieths. Let's divide by 6 again, and that's going to be 7/10. And look, you might be thinking, hey, we could have just subtracted 3/10 from a whole and we would have been correct. Those two together should equal 1. So a simple event and its complement should equal 1 whole. Let's look at another example. So we have a spinner here. There are 7 numbers. And so let's say we're looking for the probability of spinning an odd number. So that is going to be our simple event. In order to find that probability, what we want to do is we want to find the number of odd numbers, make it a fraction over the total number. So we've got 1, 3, 5, and 7. So we've got 4 odds, right? And there are a total of 7 numbers. So our probability of spinning an odd is going to be this 4/7. Now, the complement, remember, is how we complete it in another way. So this is going to be not odd. So we can look for not odd, which is also known as even numbers in this case, over our total. And we've got 1, 2, 3. And there is still a total of 7, so that would be our complement, 3/7.